And so today, the new moon in Cancer was not planned, but I just thought it would be lovely since I had a little extra time to come on and chat about it. Okay, so Cancer is a sign that, as we would say, feels all of the feels, okay? Feels all of the feels. The new moon is a great time, right? We actually don't see, the picture I posted was a sliver, but really when we have the new moon, we don't see any part of it. And so it's a darker time. It's a time that sort of calls us to go in and be reflective. So you can take one or two of these suggestions and feel free to do your own meditation this evening, maybe light a candle, just get quiet for a few extra minutes. I love to create a beautiful sacred space. And if you have Cancer, if you are a Cancer sun, moon, or rising, that might be something that really calls to you, because part of Cancer is really loving your home. Like, your home is your sacred space, and we really feel that. And so you might be really called to do something like that. However, you also might not have the time or the space or the materials available to you to right now, today, in this moment, create a really elaborate ritual, right? But you could still take the time to take a few moments to get quiet and reflect and start thinking about how the cycles of the moon can just help you move through the month. So by giving yourself these extra few moments to reflect and to journal, what can you learn, right? What can you explore, and how can you nurture yourself? Okay, so again, going back to some of the things with Cancer, Cancer feels all the feels. Okay, so if your sun sign happens to be Cancer, you may really feel like an emotional nurturer, like you're a protector, like a mama bear, right? Like to say. And you know, my moon sign, my moon is in Cancer, okay? And Cancer, the planet associated with Cancer, is also the moon. Okay, so there's a really feminine quality, intuitive, that inner wisdom that is not only related to the Cancer sign, but now we're also in the new moon, right? So really a time to tap into that inner wisdom and that intuition. If you're a Cancer moon, again, you may feel all the feels. It may be how you even navigate the world. You might sense that you actually just feel things and get more emotional than maybe some people around you, okay? And if your rising sign is in Cancer, you might really know yourself and understand yourself to not just feel the feels and be nurturing, but that you are called in some way to really bring this into your work, into your service. You might be specifically called to a healing sort of calling, okay? So again, right, just really deeply connected to emotions, deeply connected to this mothering force, and these nurturing qualities. And so what we want to remember now, so at this time, Cancer being the new moon being in this Cancer. And you can also think of this, if you are a Cancer, you might be learning a little bit about yourself if you do have Cancer as your sun or moon or rising. It's also very important that you take care and self-care for yourself right now, okay? So really that nurturing needs to be turned inward toward yourself. So being able to take those moments today would be usually extremely beneficial, okay, to take the time today to do this. So the symbol, and you might know this for Cancer, is the crab, right? And so sometimes when we think of when your sign is Cancer, right, the crab can actually really serve this sign. So there's this exterior, maybe harder shell, but that inside is really vulnerable, right? The inside is extremely vulnerable. The element is water, and it's a cardinal sign. So there is this sort of startup quality with Cancers. I find it to be in a little bit more of a gentle way, but there is this startup quality, okay? The chakra associated is the second chakra, right? Svadhisthana, the moon, the womb, okay? And even when we're looking at that chakra, the crescent, the silver crescent moon with the tips almost touching, that is the symbol for the second chakra, okay? Okay, so I wrote some things down here. Let me take a look. So again, I encourage you to take some time, close the eyes tonight, and just let yourself be a little more still, a little bit more quiet. The fourth house, again, this idea of home and nurturing, is the Cancer is in the fourth house, okay? And so again, this idea of your home, you know, just being this really sacred, special space. And so even if you don't have a lot of time, maybe just as a ritual or symbolically, like just doing something special to your house tonight. Maybe it's like putting up a photo that you wanted to put up, or reorganizing and maybe cleaning your altar space, right? If you have one, something like that that really connects you to your home and that sacred space before you maybe do the ritual or your meditation practice. Something that just takes a moment, maybe even just a little bit of sage or incense or something like that. Just really, again, emphasizing that space in your home and just feeling so connected to it can be really important, can feel really good. And then dropping in and getting quiet, and you can reflect, and you can just let the mind still, try to allow the mind to be still. And you might just give the mind space to just see what comes up and let your intuition guide you. So trying not to get specifically wrapped up in a conversation or a things to-do list, but letting the mind get quiet and then just seeing if anything presents itself to you, right? So again, this time of the new moon and the Cancer sign combined is like a very intuitive time, very reflective time. Really just giving yourself that space for that inner wisdom to arise. Okay. Also connected to this portal is a connection to our family, right? Our home, but also our family and our ancestors. Okay, so there might be a piece of family history or a way that you feel connected to your ancestors, and maybe you want to place that on your altar. So that's another idea that you can bring to your evening, or to your sort of special practice maybe that you're doing tonight. You can, of course, journal or write something about your family as well. Okay, so I'm just going to give you another idea or two of what you can do tonight. So again, this taking care of yourself, I don't know, maybe it's a bubble bath, maybe it's an extra few minutes for meditation or a restorative pose. But just to reiterate, really turning in and nurturing yourself and taking quiet time, right? Tending maybe in a loving way somehow to your house, to your home, to your sacred space. Somehow maybe connecting to family or ancestry by maybe placing something on your altar, or, you know, if you like to write or create something, of course you can do that as well. Okay. And so maybe I'll just give you a few affirmations and journal prompts. Okay, so a few journal prompts that you can write about tonight is what makes you feel nourished and cared for. Okay, what makes you feel nourished and cared for? Does my house feel like a home, right? Does my house really feel like a home? And if not, what can you do to bring more of that sacredness to your home? Okay. How can I connect with my ancestors? How can I honor my ancestors, right? So how can I connect or honor my ancestors, and in what way am I moving forward, right? For people coming after me, right? For family, for ancestors moving or coming into being after me, right? Am I, what is it that I want them, right? What is it that I want them to learn from me? Okay. Let me see maybe I'll give you one more. And you can always journal about your relationship, right, with the feminine energy, with the sacred energy, sacred feminine energy. Okay. So let's do a affirmation. Okay. So an affirmation that you can repeat to yourself this evening is, right, I am compassionate and nurturing to others and also myself. I am compassionate and nurturing to others, but also to myself, and also to myself. Okay. All right. So I will bring out the tarot card for the moon. I thought I had it right here. Oh, here they are. Okay. So I have two tarot cards to show you. They're both the moon tarot cards. They're from different decks. So this is from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And maybe you just want to take a look at this and jot down anything that you see, sense, or feel when you're looking at this card. And I'll show you the other one as well. And this is from my Polish deck. And it's so stunning, isn't it? Isn't this card so beautiful, so feminine, so intuitive, so beautiful? Oh, I just think this is so gorgeous. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. And so maybe just write down what you see, sense, or feel with this card. And this is another way, right? You could take one of these moon cards, or you could pull your own tarot card tonight and just write what you see, sense, and feel, right? What it brings up for you. You can look at the colors. You can look at the number, if that means something to you, and just tell the story, right? Tell the story of what you see in the card. Since this is a real time of reflection, of moving inward, of inner wisdom, of intuition, of that connection to those aspects and those qualities that we all have, right? We all have those qualities, but sometimes we just don't tap into them as much as we can. They've been forgotten, right? They've been sort of pushed aside. So these qualities of this inner wisdom and this intuition that you have, this is a good way, I find, to actually start tapping into it, to just pick a card and just write what you see, right? Before you look up what it means, right? Or you go to the video of what it means. That would be a lovely way to work tonight. Okay, so let's just recap. New moon in Cancer. I gave you some information on Cancer. If you are going to do your own special ceremony, allow yourself to get quiet. Maybe do one really nice thing in your house that makes you just feel good about your sacred space and your house and your home. Get quiet, just let yourself reflect, go inward. Okay, you can use some of the journal prompts and the affirmations that I suggested, but really, most importantly, I think tonight is to take that quiet time and really turn it in and nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Allow yourself to just feel all the feels. Journal, however you want to express that, whether it's journaling or drawing or writing a story or a poem. Let yourself feel all of those feels, and that's a really beautiful way to take care of yourself and to just really feel what's happening in your body, right? You can also note the sensations, what's happening in your body. Okay, and then if you have a tarot card deck, you can also draw a card randomly and just see what arises, what surfaces for you, what's the story that is told. Okay, you can do 5 minutes, you could do 30 minutes, you could do longer, but try to take a few moments today in this new moon in Cancer and nourish yourself and nurture yourself. Okay, loves, thank you so much. Bye.